love this song, Special. In case you didn't know, somebody didn't tell you today, you are special. And you're amongst special people. And how about you? We're in a special place. I don't know about you, but I ain't never seen nothing like this, and I haven't been all around the world, but I ain't seen this for us, by us, with us. This is special. All right. So it already has it up here. Good morning, greatness. The reason why I say greatness is because you know what? Most times we don't even know that we're great. Nobody told us we were brilliant. No one said we had genius in our genes. It's in your DNA. So I've come to welcome you this morning. I'm talking about welcoming the brilliant, the courageous, the planet shakers, the new road drivers, the thrill seekers, right? The thrivers. You're brilliant. In case someone did not tell you today, you're a trailblazer, a thriver, a dreamer, a celebrator, an encourager. And we also want to say welcome to our vendors. Don't we have some great vendors back here? Woo! And you know what? I would be remiss if I do not thank, and we do not thank, Melody and Monica. Melody and Monica, let's give it up for them. Because they created this space for us. So, together with my sisters in service, here's what's going to happen. You're going to hear something today. It's going to be something that might provoke you, something that maybe you already know. If you already know, it's just a confirmation. It might be something that you hadn't even considered. It might be something that provokes you and say, nah, sister, I don't know what you're talking about, but that's not how it works for me. How many of you have your phone or you have a notebook? Because thrivers carry notebooks and phones because information is everywhere and good news is everywhere, right? And wisdom is everywhere. So here's what I want you to do. Take out your phone or your notebook, because you're going to hear something, whether it's me or someone else today. And I want you to write it down. Then I want you to take some action. So it's no good to just write it if you don't do something about it. So I'm just going to lay out the foundation right now, because you're going to hear something, whether it's me or my sisters in service, that I believe is going to change your life. I believe it's going to set you free, because this, what I'm sharing with you, continues to set me free. So let me just tell you who I am. I'm a wife. I'm a bonus mom, which means I got grandchildren too. Not just a bonus mom, but I got some grandkids. I'm a dog mom, the Mozart. I'm a baby sister. We got any baby sisters in the house? Yeah, the babies are in the house. Y'all know how we roll, right? Because we had to. I tell my friends that I was raised by wolves, 5 of them. So I had to figure it out. But I'm also a best friend. I'm a humanitarian, and I lead with light. 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 So my mission is to unlock the untapped talent in all of us, the untapped brilliance. Now you might go, sister, really? Because guess what? We should all have dreams that are so much bigger than us, goals that are much bigger than us. In fact, that we can't even do it by ourselves, right? And because that's my mission, when Melody met me the first time, we didn't get a chance to connect. But then we had a divine appointment, and we met again while I was going to go pick up Mozart, and they were going to be doing a book signing at a bookstore by my house. I didn't look like this, y'all, when I saw them, right? I was going to pick up my dog. But here's what happens. I'm taking a picture of their event, and the lights come back on at the bookstore, Book Inc. in San Leandro, and then I go inside, and guess who's in there? Melody. And so then she's telling me that she's the author. And then I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me, and she goes, you know, I think I know you. And it turns out that 5, 6, 10 years ago when I was at Oracle, they asked me to be part of their documentary. I share this with you because there are divine appointments divine appointments, right? She didn't know what was going on in my life. I didn't know what was going on in their life. But they said, will you come and be on the panel? And I said, absolutely, whatever you need. And we have been together ever since. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share some principles that I've been learning. Some I've learned, some I'm learning, because I haven't arrived yet. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to share some principles with you that have helped me. Because my life is a glorious adventure. A glorious adventure. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. But these principles are helping me to live my blessed and my best life. And it's amazing. It's glorious. So let's get started. Here's what I want to tell you today. First of all, you are enough. Someone's going to run my slides. You are enough. They didn't tell you all the stuff about my bio, and I'm so glad. Because that's just what I do. That is not who I am. And what I want to share with you is that you're already enough. Whatever and wherever you play, whatever space that you are in, you already belong. You don't have to wait for somebody to tap you on the shoulder. And guess what? If you need a tap, I'm here to tap you today, sister, to say you already belong. You are already enough. And so own your greatness. Own your brilliance. Does it mean your voice won't shake? Oh no, your voice will shake. But own who you are. So let's go to the next slide. And this is the other thing I want to share with you today. And that is, it's your time. I've come to tell you it's your time. I'm going to say it again. It's your time. Who's ever been waiting, who's ever been like, well, maybe not me because I'm not good enough or I don't have it all. No, I came to tell you today, it's your time. It's your time to stop hiding. It's your time to learn new skills. It's your time to let your light shine. So whoever has been holding on to their light, waiting for things to get better, now's the time. It's your season. So here's what I want you to do. Everybody up on your feet. Up on your feet. If you can. Now, I understand not everybody can. Because if you had asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have been like, woo, sister, maybe. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to raise your hands like this. Yes. Open them up. Open them up. And so here's what I want you to say. I'm going to say it first, and then I want to say it together, all right? I am enough.
I am enough.
My time is now.
My time is now.
I am enough.
I am enough.
My time is now.
My time is now.
Thank you. Have a seat. You know why? Because you're going to have what you say. And here's what you need to know. Your voice is valuable. You've got some experiences nobody else has. There's 7 billion people on the planet still. But how about this? There's no one like you. There's nobody that can say it the way you say it. There's nobody that can do it the way you do it. So your time is now, your season is now, and sometimes we just need people to speak over our lives and to remind us about how good and great we are and how brilliant and successful we are, regardless of what we see and what people say. I am brilliant. I have everything that I need when I need it. Right? All right. So here's the thing. I want you also to know, let's go to the next slide. The world is awaiting you. So while you're holding back your gifts and your talent and what you're supposed to be doing, the world can't continue to thrive because you're holding back. So the world's waiting on you. That's why it's important. Our children are waiting for you. The next legacy and the next generations are waiting for you. So come on, let's do something. Your talents and your skills are what we need, regardless of technology. You know, we've been talking about chat PTG, or however you say it. Yeah, I've been saying it wrong. And so it's so funny because chat and AI, my friends have been talking about it, And it's like, Barbie's just going to get rid of, and I'm like, no, all it's going to do is make us better. Because we're going to still have to do the work. And the reason why I can tell you that is because I have some friends that ran this motto on chat. There you go. And see, I need help too. And how about this? They wrote out this whole paper. Half of the paper was wrong. They said what people said, jobs they had, they didn't have these jobs. So it still requires us to do the work. And so the world is waiting for you. Here's what I also want to share with you is this. If you're always trying to be normal, by the way, it's overrated. It's boring. Normal. You'll never know how amazing you can be. And here's the other thing I want to share with you is that you do amazing things. You know why? Because you're amazing. You're already amazing. So you don't have to wait. Let your light shine now. And here's the other thing I want to share with you. Surround yourself with like-minded people. With people that are going where you want to go. Because there's going to be haters. There's always haters. And I'll talk about that a little later. But surround yourself with people who are going where you want to go. Who will speak life into your situation. And here's the other thing, because I had to learn this, and I'm still learning. All that drama, trauma, all that stuff that we feed into ourselves, you can't go up and down at the same time. So you have to decide what you're going to do. So I had to let go of all that trauma. Being a chief diversity officer, trauma everywhere. Trauma and trigger, trauma and trigger, trauma and trigger. So I had to learn how to let go of some of that stuff, right? The stuff that doesn't mean me any good is not going to help me and propel me and accelerate me to where I'm going. So, how many of you have vision boards, vision tracks, anything like that? All right, look around you, because if you don't have one, I want to encourage you to get one. Make yourself one. And I'll tell you, the truth is that I didn't believe in them. And I have an executive coach, and she's a Christian executive coach, and so she was telling me about the vision board, and I was like, yeah, that's that blab it and grab it and all of this stuff. And I wasn't going to do it. But I have to tell you that if we have believers in here, then this will be familiar to you. Write the vision on the wall. Make it plain so you can see it. Because you need to see it and you need to say it. So I want to encourage you that, and to create a vision board. If you like podcasts, then what I want to share with you is to just create a vision board podcast. And I take a picture of it on my phone because sometimes I have to remind myself of who I am, right? So be amazing, because you already are. That's the reason why you need to let your light shine, all right? So here's the next one. You matter most. So let me just tell you a little story, and I'm going to try to make it quick. I'm going to say it again. You matter most. Because we can't pour from an empty well. And you know, we put everything ahead. Family, children, careers. I resemble that. I look like that. And you know, what I can share with you is that it was the loudest voice that I kept turning my attention to instead of my voice. I wasn't sitting still enough, right? I couldn't take the pressure off because I wouldn't rest. And so as I share these with you, I share them not because I've arrived and my life is perfect. It's not. I'm arriving. I'm becoming. I'm amazing. So because I didn't put me first and let go of my boundaries, because you know I had some boundaries, right? Because if you don't know you need some boundaries, you're going to need some boundaries, right? And so let go of my boundaries. And I just began to keep working and working and working. And I wasn't feeling well, but I kept working. And then I'd have to go to the doctor, and I kept working because I had a vision and a plan. And here's what happened. I wound up in emergency. And then the doctor's talking to me. Now, I work for Stanford twice. I'm back again. But how about this? I'm in in emergency, and the doctor was talking to me. He's like, so how many these heart palpitations have been going on? And I'm like, 3 months. And he's looking at me like, and you didn't come here? You didn't come get yourself checked out? No, because I had a plan, and I was moving, and the world needed me. But here's what happened. My husband had been watching all of this. And I'm so glad, because I'm one that needs some help, right? I need somebody to speak some wisdom into me, because I'm just like, no, I was consulting. Now I've got this gig and I love what I'm doing, and we got so much to go, so many places to go and so much to do. But here I am in an emergency after sickness and sick and sick and sick, and taking time off but not resting. My mind wouldn't rest. I was going to sleep. Anybody ever been there where you go to sleep and then everything just runs through your mind? Yeah, that remuneration was happening. So the doctor's talking to me. This is during COVID. We come out, I go home, and my husband says, that's it. I got you, and I got us. So as of today, you need to resign. Read what? No, because this is where I'm supposed to be. This is where it's at. No, we're in the midst of COVID, and we got, first responders, something here, right, that's been working and getting up and working, and my husband's one too, but I'm like, so then after thinking about it and getting quiet to hear the voice, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm a believer, so I heard the Lord's voice say, it's done. All my husband had to do was come and confirm it. Because sometimes we don't listen. Well, no, that must be for somebody else. Well, no, I must have ate the wrong food. But no. So I had to go in immediately and begin to start my exit strategy. And, I'm going to be totally transparent. I had to talk to my CEO because I was dotted line in CEO. We had so much transition going on. And he asked me, he says, where are you going? And I said, I wouldn't do that to you. I said, I'm not going anywhere. I've got to go work on my health. Because I've been telling my team how your health matters, but I wasn't living it. So then, while it was bittersweet to say goodbye to a team that I was building, and these are some bad mothers, shut yo, like the folks that are here too from Stanford, bad. I had to tell them that I was leaving. And then someone reminded me, Barb, you always said take care of you, that you matter. So it's good to see you're doing it, because we never know who's watching. So here's the other thing I just want to share with you. Next slide is, it's okay to not be okay. And I'm going to say that again. It's okay to not be okay, because we've sort of made this into, we're strong black women. Well, I want to know who said that. Here's the thing, because we bought into that lie. I don't know about you, but I bought into that lie. Oh no, from my hospital bed, I can make calls and stay on conference calls and all that. That does no service to us. It doesn't serve us well. And the thing is, it's okay to not be okay. You're going to hear some folks today that are going to talk about health. I'm not the health person, but here's what I'm going to tell you, is that I give you permission to feel. Because a lot of times, I don't know about you, but we just sort of dismiss it. We know something happened, but I got to keep going, because I got to check these boxes and get this stuff done and this, that, and the other. And oh, by the way, I don't want to be the angry black woman. So even while I had mindfulness techniques, even though I was working on some of these things, I was failing. And I had to come to the realization that it's okay to not be okay. Because I'm going to tell you this, at your weakest moment, if you don't own it, it will stop you. It will stay right there. So we have got to own our stuff, how we feel. Now, I come from a family of first, so, they're the first in the all-white neighborhood, the first, college queen at all-white college with 2% African Americans. How do you do that, right? And so we've seen it in our culture and in our history and our family, what our families and ancestors have gone through. So it just sort of makes sense that, if they could take it, well, we could take it, right? I could take it. But, I've come to realize that that's not true. That no longer serves me well. And so I had to begin to look at what was really going on, Barb. What's going on with you? Because, I felt guilty leaving. Then I felt like a failure. Then I had some shame. Anybody ever, you name it, right? Ego, shame, failure, anxiety, what? I failed, right? And then as I was able to relax and get still with that 4-letter word called rest, R-E-S-T, then I began to open myself up to what's going on and what's really going on with you. And it was at this time that I decided to do a certification in neuro leadership, and I was doing it for me. I wasn't doing it to transform corporations and to lead big change. I was doing it for me because I needed to change. And I really wanted to understand, why do we do what we do? AKA, why do you do what you do? You know what to do, but you're not doing it. So what do you need to do? And I want to understand how our brain is working. Because a lot of times we need to understand the brain, because that's a lot of times what's driving us. Fight or flight, in or out, up and down, right? And so here's the thing that, just totally blew my mind. I took this because I wanted to be better, and as I was learning, I was healing. Because it was addressing situations and circumstances in my life that I didn't have the tools for. And that's really all we're talking about is tools. So the next time something happens or an emotion grabs you and you don't know what to do with it, here's what I want you to do. Now, here's one to write down, because maybe you already know this, but I sure did not. And it is, how did whatever happened make you feel? See, I didn't come in and say how y'all feeling, because you would have said, fine, and I'm special, and I'm the queen, and all of this, right? And that's what we say. But in these moments, we don't stop and pause to say, well, how did that make you feel? And I have to tell you, I had great parents, loving and all that, but my mom said, look, you got a couple of strikes against you, right? So I grew up in that. And then being the baby, these folks had already done all the great stuff. I had to figure it out. But what I didn't realize is that I was suppressing my emotions. That's one of the reasons why I'm sharing with you, you have permission to feel. There's this great book by Mark Brackett. It's called Permission to Feel. If you have kids, even if you don't have kids, just for yourself, read it. Because I needed some tools to help me regulate my emotions. I didn't have the tools. Our parents do the best that they can. I didn't have the tools. I didn't recognize that it was this not dealing with. I thought I was dealing with it, but I didn't have all the tools, right? And so now I've got some tools to help my emotions work for me, not against me, right? So just wanted to share that with you. Also, there's this book, Self-Care for Black Women. I don't know if you guys saw this book. It's by Udara Adio, and maybe somebody else has it, but I like what he had to say too. So I started giving that book to my friends, and then Lima is here, and you know what? Check her book out too. So I got to speed through this. Let's keep going. I want to tell you also, you're too big to play small. Too big to play small. So think about all those ways in which you are playing small. Because I want to tell you that the same actions that you're taking to play small, you can take those same actions to play big. So play big, go big, think big, dream big, show up big, make some room. Make some room. Why? Because I'm growing. Because I need to be big. Because here's what happens when you're big. It allows everybody else to be big. Ooh, girl, I sure like your shine. Yeah, that is great. I want to be like you. Be big. We're going to keep going. What I have to tell you is don't go it alone. Look, so I grew up, independent. I like being an individual contributor. Right? Because then I was responsible for my own actions. Leading folks, now I love leading people. But here's what I learned. If it was up to me to be, it was up to me. If it was up to me, up to me. And so here's what I found out, is our dream and our goals have to be so big. I'm talking big. If you can do your dreams, line them out. Go spend some time wherever you feel free to write some new dreams. Because your dream needs to be so big that you can't do it alone. And you know what? Asking for help is a sign of strength. I thought it was weakness, girl. You don't let nobody see you sweat. You get up there and you look good, but underneath, your feet's moving, your hands are doing all this, right? But here's what I've learned is that asking for help is a sign of strength. Because we're each other's harvest. We're each other's business. How do people know they can't read your mind? So to make it, ask for help. Let's keep going, because I know I probably have 3 minutes or something like that, so I'm going to go through them. Here's the other thing. I had to put this in here. We were meant to complement. We were not meant to compete. 7 billion people. Complement. Because the skills that you have and the knowledge that you have and the skills that you have and the knowledge that you have, we need it. We need it. And I have to tell you, imagine what we could accomplish if we were all complimenting each other. Your shine and my shine and your shine and my shine. Imagine what we could fix in our families, in our communities, right? Imagine. You think there'd be homelessness? You think people be walking the street? You think our kids would be getting a substandard education? I know not so. If we work together. Stepped in for a mother that is working 23 hours just to put some food on her table.
Speak the truth.
Stepped in. Stepped in. We see it. Giving. Not expecting anything in return. Right? Seeing the need and just stepping in. I got you, sister. We're good. We're straight. So, remember, we were meant to complement, not to compare. Because it's going to steal your joy. There's always going to be somebody bigger than you, greater than you, smaller than you, thinner than you. That's why it steals your joy. By knowing who you are, then you can shine, and our shining allows other people to shine too. The other one, ask for what you want. Again, nobody's a mind reader. So if we want more pay, we have to do our homework and we have to negotiate. So I want to just tell you to negotiate your pay. I know in California now we have this new law that says, there's the bandwidth, and I know my other folks are going to come in and maybe they'll talk about wealth, but here's what I want you to do is if you work for somebody else, negotiate your pay. But it's not only just about your pay. Negotiate your vacation. Negotiate when you come in and out of the office. There's things that you can negotiate, because I'm going to tell you, you're not going to get what you deserve. You're going to get what you negotiate. And so if you need some help, ask somebody. Be friends with the person, if you work in a corporation or in a business, who's doing comp. Those are some of my best friends, because they help me to make sure that I understand what is available to me. The other part is you got to know that you're worthy. We bring so much to the table. Relationships. All these things that we don't count and negotiate. And even when they tell you no, keep negotiating. I was told we don't have a signing bonus. I was told, no, that's not the salary and I'm not talking about Stanford, so let me be clear. I was told, this is what we talked about, and I said, no, this is what you said, and if that's not it, thank you very much. What happened? They came back. That signing bonus that they said they don't do, well, they do, and I got it, right? The salary that we talked about, that I'm negotiating, guess what? I got it. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't recognize my worthiness and what I bring to the table. So, ask for what you want. In your relationships, with your friends, what you need. Girl, this relationship seems to be one-sided. We got to talk through this. Honey, it seems like when I ask you, talk through it. And when you hear no, because we will, know that no means not now. That's all it means. Not now. Anytime people tell me no, okay, not now. I'll just be coming on back, doing more of my homework. So ask for what you want. Ask for what you need. Let's go to the next one. So if you aren't going all the way, why go at all? Why waste time? Our time is valuable. Your time is valuable. So I just want to share with you, if you're not going all the way, stop right now. Wait. Don't go. Don't waste your time. Be all in. I mean, if this doesn't work out, if this leap and this net does not appear, I'm going to be in trouble, but I know it will when I take the leap. We're going to keep going. Your words have power. So here's what I want to tell you. If you say you won't, you won't. Think about this. What would happen if you had everything that you said right now, everything you said today, if you had it and it showed up here? Would you be happy? Yes. Or would you be high? I heard some yeses out there because you recognize your words have power. Our words do have creative power, and the right word at the right time will gladden our heart. So, your words have power. If you need some words, read books, command your morning, open up affirmations, and begin to declare positive affirmations and words over your life. Let's keep going. Because I'm possible, that's one. I am possible. Anytime you hear the word impossible, anybody ever heard impossible? That's just because nobody ever done it yet. That's why the world's waiting on you. This is the reason why when I hear impossible, it just revs me up. Because guess what? I'm possible. We're going to keep going. The other thing I want to share with you is this. Your future is bright. Your future is bright. I just want to tell you, whoever this is for, I woke up this morning and had to change the text because I said one thing and I had your future is bright, but I had to change it this morning because this is what we need to be reminding ourselves. Even with a bad hand, you can still win. I'm still winning with a bad hand because I never lose. Here's what happens. I'm either learning or I'm winning. So I've come to tell you today, your future is bright. Lay off with a job. Don't know what I'm going to do? Your future is bright. My future is bright. Here's the other thing you've got to determine. Stumbling blocks happen. I don't know about you, but stumbling blocks happen. They happen in my life. Here's the key. You've got to determine, is it a stumbling block or is it a stepping stone? See, because I'm going somewhere. I'm going up. I'm going higher. But it depends on me of how I see it. So let's keep going, because here's what I really want to share with you. I thought it was sent to break me. I thought it was sent to break me. And it actually became my breakthrough. I left Stanford. I'm back at Stanford. I wasn't sure. A voice had told me when I was walking out, you're going to be back. When I was leaving, I thanked everybody, people for me and against me. I just said, thank you for working with me. When I talked to my CEO, it was hard. I got teary-eyed. I had to tell folks who stood for me, who went to bat for me, I was leaving. But I didn't know that what I thought was working against me was actually working for me. Working for me, so it became my breakthrough. And it's going to be all in the way that you see it. So here's the last piece I want to tell you, and is see it. So you're going to need to visualize it. Even if that means that I can't see it right now, but I need to go find a magazine with somebody that's doing it, because I need to see it. I also need to write it. One of the reasons why I have you writing things down is because of the way that our brain engages. It helps with our memory. So you're going to want to write it. Then you're going to need to say it. That's why I had you stand up and say, right? Because we've got to speak it out of our mouths. Because here's what's happening. Well, before I say what's happening, the other piece is you got to own it. Yes, you deserve it and all that other stuff. That voice, here's what you say to that voice. Girl, you know you don't deserve it. Girl, you know you're just trying to be. Girl, you know. The response is, so what? The response is, so what? Own your power. Own your greatness. So here's what I want to share with you about this. There is something that you can do. You can change your habits. We can change our habits. We change our habits by doing something consistently. It's repetition. So I just want to encourage all of you, your goals and your dreams. Pick 2 or 3. I'm one that will start with 20, and then I have to work my way down. So if you're like me, just keep working your way down. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to write them down. And then at night, I want you to say them. And I want you to own them. When you get up in the morning, I want you to command your morning. I want you to see it, visualize it. Find it, find someone. Even if there's no one around, look in a paper, magazine. I still want you to write it at least once a day. I want you to say it, because here's what's happening. This is what I'm saying. My future is bright, but I don't have a job. I'm not in school. I don't know where to go. I'm about to be laid off. So I'm saying my future is bright. But here's what's happening to me. If I spend more time looking at what's happening to me, I'm going to lose my focus. So I need to say and begin to believe it, my future is bright. All hell could be breaking loose. My future is still bright, right? But here's what's going to begin to happen is that you'll be out of congruence, so it won't feel right. Well, how's my future bright if they're calling me because they're going to shut off something? Well, the more you say it and the more you hear it, the more your body and your mind and your spirit starts coming into alignment. So it feels odd because you can't necessarily see it. It hasn't actualized itself yet. That's the reason why you write it, you visualize it, you say it, and you own it. And if you're going to tell somebody, only tell the people who speak life into your life. Surround yourself with it. In the morning, vision board. On your mirrors in the bathroom, vision board. On your phone, wherever you need to put it. I live an abundant life. And it's all around me. I have to keep it around me because sometimes what I see is false evidence appearing real. So that's what I want you to do. See it, write it, say it, own it. 66 to 90 days it takes for a new habit. And then begin to expect it. Write it down. This works. The reason why I know it works is because I shared it with others, and then they invite me back to their celebrations about what they started doing. But it's for you, and it's for me. So thank you. Thank you very much.